The latest Washington Post ABC News Ipsos poll has Trump negative 25 overall. He's 25 points underwater on his overall approval rating. And that's kind of the high point for him in this poll. Minus 25 is kind of as good as it gets. On the economy, his approval rating is 31 points underwater. On the Iran war, his approval rating is 33 points underwater. On inflation, Trump's approval rating is 45 points underwater. On Trump's handling of the cost of living, which is effectively what he ran on to get a second term in the White House, Trump is 53 points underwater. 76% of the country disapproves of Trump's handling of the cost of living. He's minus 53. As, among other things, his war of whim, his war of impulse, this war of choice that he doesn't even seem to understand, drags on with no end in sight, and the energy crisis he caused by starting this inexplicable war just gets worse and worse, with gas prices continuing their steady, steep rise. They are really, really not great at this. They're not good at this. We're also now seeing every day the practical impact of what it means that they kicked off this second presidential term for Donald Trump by wholesale breaking the government in every way they could figure out to do it. And we're seeing that in very practical ways. Like, regardless of your politics, regardless of your ideological cant, we're seeing it in very practical consequences. Last month's tornado outbreak in Kansas City, Kansas. Trees damaged, homes damaged, mobile homes and RVs overturned, people injured. Turns out people had basically no warning of those tornadoes last month. And why not? Right? Usually a tornado watch goes up a few hours before storms are anticipated. But in the Kansas City, Kansas tornadoes last month, they only got the tornado watch up about 30 minutes before the first storm hit. And that's not the warning, hey, it's coming. That's the watch, which usually gives you hours of notice to let you know that tornadoes are a possibility that day. They only got 30 minutes before the watch. No time to get ready, which undoubtedly affected people's preparedness and undoubtedly affected the amount of damage and potentially the number of injuries. What happened there? Why did the people get no notice? Quote, many forecasting offices in the Great Plains did not launch weather balloons at 7 a.m. that day, as they have for decades. And why didn't the National Weather Service offices launch the weather balloons that morning, as they always have every 7 a.m. every day for decades? Well, thank Donald Trump. Weather balloon launches was one of the first things that had to go when Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, started radically cutting the staffing levels at the National Weather Service and NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Why did he cut those jobs? What do you have against weather forecasting and tornado watches? Who knows? But there's your tornado warning system on Trumpism. And again, this isn't abstract. This isn't theoretical. It isn't ideological. It's just failure. It's what happens when you break things. Turns out then they're broken, so they don't work when you need them to work. They really are not great at this.